I'm just gonna watch like your first fight or so. We'll see where you're at, and then I'm gonna start talking about things.
Soldier 76, reporting for duty.
Let this challenge be a lesson.
Hey.
Biotic healing ready for you. Ready for
Okay. You know what? I'm gonna give you one more engagement. A lot of that just looks really slow. Like you were just reacting to everything very, very slowly. And you don't really seem to know how to use your cooldowns. But let's let you cook a little bit, and then we can talk about all that. This was a little bit better. Okay. So let's just start over here. Go back to the first fight. You roll out along the sides, and that's really good. So, like, first things first. Here, let's pop out here. So you can see these maps are always built on, like, 3 lanes. And, like, sometimes they get kind of, like, funky and weird, but control points tend to be pretty standard. Like, you can just break these down into a grid. Yeah? And the middle is usually a really bad place for you. That is how you get surrounded, and once you're getting shot from different directions, different angles, it's all really, really hard. Hey, Jed Leo, welcome, welcome. Is this you? Does this happen to be you? But, anyway. So coming around the outside, either way, like, you could choose to come around here sort of thing if you want, or you could do exactly what you did and come around this side. Either way is great. So far, so good, right? But the first thing to understand about Doomfist that seems to be missing is... Oh, this isn't... Oh, well, whatever. Hopefully they show up. Your abilities give you shield health. The more people you land your abilities on, the more shield health you get, and thus the more survivable and tanky you are. So, you just posted one in? Oh, cool. So, as your starting point, you have this basic cycle as Doomfist, where, like, right here, right now, you see a bunch of people and you have your cooldowns. So what you would want to do is... from here, where they can't really see you, slam, boom. You hit 4 people with your slam right here. That's a huge shield health. The moment it lands, you 180 with your punch, and you punch out. And if you got the tech, you can do like a little curve punch. If not, whatever. And then as soon as you punch out, if you're still at LOS and they're shooting you, you 180 again, and you put up your block. And if they're not shooting you, or like you're able to get around cover, which is ideal, then you still have your block. And your slam is 6 seconds, your punch is 4. So if you go slam, punch, they're both at 4 seconds. So then 4 seconds later, you do it again. Slam, punch. Your shield health keeps stacking. And keeps stacking and keeps stacking. It lasts for like 30 seconds, I think. And you're adding more every 4 to 6 seconds. Come on now. And you end up getting that block charges your punch. Then maybe you can go for a one shot with the punch. You see somebody out of position that you can kill. Maybe you kill them. But in the meantime, not only are you getting more and more and more health that you can then later do something with, you're also burning out cooldowns. Like, if this soldier turns around and right clicks, there goes his right click, right? If this Moira, like, fades to dodge you, now she doesn't have fade. You hit her again, and maybe she throws an orb to heal everyone up. Then you hit again, and she has no resources to do anything, right? That's the idea, is every time you hit, you're trying to get out resources from them, and worst case scenario, you're getting ult charge, so you can just kill them with your ult, and you're getting shield health, so you can stay in deeper for longer if you need to, right? So, that's kind of, that basic cycle is really, really core to Doomfist, and it's entirely missing right now. You're not doing anything to build up your HP so you can then actually take a fight, yeah? And otherwise, you literally can only fight 1v1s, yeah? If you don't build up a shit ton of shield health, you can't fight, like, stay in to fight a bunch of people. You could slam them and leave immediately, or you can go fight one person. But otherwise, you just need more than this, yeah? So here we lead with the punch, we block nothing, and we get absolutely 0 shield health, and we never even use our slam once, yeah?
Taking the point. Fall in, team.
Alright. Now we're trying to get out. Yep. Boom. Okay. So, it's fine. Sort of. You make the real mistake later, but what you could have done, the point, nobody's capped yet, right? But you guys are down a whole bunch. Yes, getting picks right now might help even it up, but more importantly is you want to buy time for your respawns to start coming back. If you get a pick right now, they'll be back at about the same time as the rest of your team. But if you chill and stall and chill and stall and wear out resources and then your team gets back and you finally get that kill, that actually counts for a lot more. Yeah? But whatever, we slam, and then rather than like dancing around here, punching out, slamming again, doing whatever, we punch the Moira, we go for the kill, she has fate, or she just leaves, right? So now where do we go? It's not onto the point that they've already capped where you're fighting 5 people point blank. You got to get out to cover. Come to here, and if that Mei chases you here, you can fight the Mei without fighting her whole team. Or you could just slam up, punch out. Yeah? Or come down here to your mercy, like whatever. You could just get out, reset with your team, and go back in. The one thing you could also turn around and come out this way, see how many of them chase you. This is literally how you make space as a tank, is by people turning to look at you and chase you. They can't look at, chase, shoot your teammates, yeah? So as your team is respawning, if we come out here and they chase us, we make hella space. If they don't chase us, then we just leave and we set up and we hit them again, right? And either way, with your mobility, you should be able to get out of this alive, yeah? The only reason you die here is because you go right back in 1v5. Yeah, I think you wanted to get up to the high ground and that was a mechanical mistake, but like, you had a path out with cover and a path out with cover and you went to the middle where there is no cover. Yeah? One of the big things to understand as a tank, and it literally doesn't matter which tank. If you say you play Reinhardt, Reinhardt needs to play cover. I get that he has a big-ass shield, and he's Reinhardt. He needs to play around cover, because otherwise he has to use his shield, and then they break his shield, and then they blow him up. As opposed to him getting to use his shield when he chooses to, right? So if you're always playing around cover as Ryan, you always have shield health, and you can swing around corners and shit, right? It's the same as Doomfist. You need to be playing around cover, especially since you don't have a shield, right? You don't want to be fighting this many people. Your punch, you're not DPS Doomfist anymore, you're tank Doomfist. If you haven't charged up your punch with block, your punch, fully charged, does 50 damage. That's less than just meleeing them twice. That would do 60. And it would take less time than charging it fully. Stop wasting this cooldown. Yeah? You're way overusing it for damage rather than for its ability to knock people back and its mobility for you. which is what it does. It cancels things, it knocks people back, and it makes you move. It does not do damage. Yeah, it only does damage if it's charged. If you use your block first and charge it up, then you can hit people for damage. And if you punch into multiple people and knock them into a wall, that's huge. Yeah? But, otherwise, yeah, you do more damage with your slam. You do more damage shooting them in the face with your shotgun. Yeah. Tap it. Hit it quickly. There is no reason to charge it up if it hasn't been charged by the gauntlet already. Yeah? The damage scaler is kind of a joke, and it only adds a little bit more distance to how far you travel. The only reason to charge that punch is if you're, like, charging it as you walk around a corner or as you drop or something. Like, you're waiting for the opportunity to line up and then you release. But you're not charging it up for the power, you're just waiting for the opportunity, right? You need to be using your gun way more, too. Yeah. You're fighting their entire team in the middle of them, so you're surrounded rather than going around the outsides. Right? You're not going for isolated targets. You're not cycling your cooldowns, right? You're barely using your gun, either. Slam him. You have your slam. I don't know why you hate this cooldown so much. You seem to despise this cooldown, that it is your best cooldown, and instead you only want to use your worst cooldown. Like, don't get me wrong, punch is great, but there's a reason it's only 4 seconds of a cooldown, and that's because it's a weak-ass cooldown. What other cooldowns in the game are only 4 seconds? The weak ones. Good, 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 good. Slammer, slammer. Good. Aw, we missed the punch. Get her. Ah. This is all really good. This is good. Look at how much space you're making for your team. But now we're staying in. That punch should have gotten you out. Now you have no cooldowns. Doomfist, the enemy Doomfist saved your life. The enemy Doomfist punched you, and then the Mei walled after. Like, the two of them just saved your ass rather than killing you. Because they're silver, right? Doom doesn't stay in. Doom goes in and he gets out. He goes in and he gets out. He goes in and he gets out. He's very cyclical. All tanks, actually, in the game are cyclical. All heroes in the game, or almost every hero in the game, is cyclical around their cooldowns, yeah? If you want to play just about any hero in the game optimally, these are your engagement and disengagement timing. When you have them, you can engage, and when you do not have them, you have to be already gone. Yeah? Your last cooldown has to be the one that gets you completely to safety. Yeah? If not sooner. If not, we're already being safe. And if they chase you, they might overextend. Every time you get out, you're buying time to build for your supports to heal you up and get ult. You're buying time for you to get your cooldowns back, and you're baiting them into overextending into you every time. You bait them every 6 seconds, right? I think you have this idea of when you engage to take a fight, you take the fight until one side has won, and that is not it, right? Good punch. Yeah?
Efficient design at work.
This is pretty good. But okay, you got her out, now get back to the fight.
Enemies back up.
Shoot her. Yeah, oh, good. Like, you have these moments of doing the right thing, of like making good plays, but it seems to be completely random. Like, you don't have the structure of how this hero plays yet, right? So just remember, cycles. Hit him, get out, hit him, get out, hit him, get out. If the enemy team is, you know, wherever, hit from the sides, yeah? Don't hit into the middle. And like, you know, if you got your team, their team, don't engage from here and don't disengage back to here. Because that just baits attention to your team, the people you're trying to make space for. It does the opposite of that. It gets the enemy looking at them and shooting them instead of you. So if you are, they're looking at your team and you're over here and you slam and you make sure you end your slam here and not here, right? Then these guys, some of them at least, turn to look there, away from these guys. And for as long as they're looking over here, these guys have space. These guys have, like, no one's shooting at them, right? Or fewer people are shooting at them. And then you get out. And you could get out where you started and keep those eyes there. You could get out somewhere else and pull those eyes further away. Just don't get out back to here, because then you just draw that aggro straight back to your team. Yeah? This is like the psychology of this game, a little bit. Or psychology of combat, I should say. This will apply to any FPS game you ever play. This is not just Overwatch specific. This will apply to like a real life gun battle if you and your friends want to go take one for whatever reason. Yeah. Alright.
I'm at the height of my performance.
Seismic slam.
This will be over.
Good slam. If no one's shooting the block, you might as well cancel it and do something, yeah? If you... Okay, this is really important. Your punch cancels things. Yeah? That is what's powerful about it. It cancels things and it knocks people back. So, in addition to giving you more shield health, right? So we hit this slam, and we see our Reaper going in, and D.Va is DMing him, which not only denies his damage, it denies his self-heal, right? So if you punch this D.Va right now, it shuts off her DM and puts it on cooldown. The cooldown's only like 1.5 seconds, but that gives your Reaper time to do something. Yeah? You need to punch this D.Va now, like, immediately. And especially when your Reaper starts to ult, just punch. It'll give you more health, and it'll let your Reaper get something done. Yeah? See how she's DMing his ult? And then that punch to knock her back was good. But... And remember, you don't have to charge it. Just tap it, and you've canceled something. Holy shit, you can cancel ultimates with a tap of your right click. That ability is fucking broken, used to cancel things. It is the... You have the shortest cooldown stud in the game by far. By far.
Count on you?
I'm not your best subject.
One more time.
As though I needed the help.
I'm here
Alright,
to
we're rolling out right side. I like it. But you punched in, which means now you don't have that ability. And then you... Do you hate your slam? Like, I really don't get it. You never use that cooldown. Hardly ever.
I don't die.
Vielen Dank.
Look at the range of it, too. Like, they've buffed it since DPS Doomfist. if you do punch in, slam to get out. Yeah? You're denying yourself so much shield health. So, it has a huge AoE, and each person in that AoE gives you health. If you're not landing slams, you just can't do shit with this hero. Like, genuinely. And it's not uncommon to have to, like, cycle 3, 4, 5 times to have enough health to do something with.
I am fully focused.
The numbers do not favor us.
Yeah?
I rise.
Yeah. I feel like you're just so tunneled on this punch, because it's not just the slam that you forget, you hardly ever shoot. You tend to stare at them for a second, and then you start shooting, like there. And then... Okay. This Moira that you punched, Mommy, look at her health bar. Look at how much damage you did with your fully charged punch. It did, sorry, 60 damage. 60 damage, not 50. Whatever. So, yeah, it's 2 melees. Stop it! Stop! If it's not canceling something or moving you somewhere, it's not worth until it's charged. More or less, like... Knock people off of high ground. Knock them out of cover and into your team. Knock them away from your team to save them. Cancel a cooldown. Something. But all you care about is the damage it does, and it doesn't do that. That was nice. She fucked up her fade. That was a good punch. But now instead of slamming that guy over there, you punch again. And now instead of slamming, we tank a pen. And we punch again. And we're still holding our slam. We're still not slammed. Oh my god. Finally. Holy shit. Like, I really don't want to, like, flame you. I'm not trying to be a dick. I hope you are laughing with me, right? That was a sick punch, and it was charged. Holy... This is the exception to everything I'm talking about. Right here. This was the one punch where, like, this was the best punch you've had. This was better than the punch off the Moira off the coast there, because she should have lived. She should have been able to fade back onto the coast, but she fucked it up. But you have a charged gauntlet, and you punch 3 people into a wall. If you do a short slam right now, so hold S to slam short, and slam them into their face, and then shoot melee into their face, and you could legitimately kill all 3 of them right now. Right now. Good slam. You backed out before the slam, which is how one of them got away. But whatever.
I'm on my game now.
We seem lost. Slam them, get your shield health. 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 Tank another pin, I guess. Nice. Slam them, get your shield health. Slam them, get your shield health. Good. That was a good... You're actually really good with your ult, honestly. Which is another reason why you should just be cycling your cooldowns, because you build your ult super fast, and then you can win a fight with your ult. Right?
Good to see you.
Nice.